World War II changed everything, especially for women. With millions of men away fighting, women took on new roles. They became vital to the war effort, both at home and in the military. Their contributions were essential to Allied victory. This was a defining moment in history. It reshaped how women viewed themselves and how society viewed them. Before the war, most women worked in traditional roles. They were expected to be homemakers, wives, and mothers. The war shattered these expectations. Women stepped up to fill the jobs men left behind. They proved their strength, resilience, and capabilities. Women worked in factories, shipyards, and on farms. They became nurses, pilots, and code breakers. They kept the country running and the troops supplied. Their dedication and sacrifice were crucial to winning the war. The war effort gave women a new sense of purpose and identity. They gained economic independence and challenged traditional gender roles. The impact of their contributions would be felt for generations to come. As men left for battlefields, factories faced a critical shortage of workers. Women stepped in to fill these essential roles. They learned new skills and took on jobs previously considered men's work. Their contributions were vital to producing the weapons, ammunition, and supplies needed to win the war.
Women worked tirelessly in shipyards, building warships and transport vessels. In aircraft factories, they assembled planes and bombers. They operated heavy machinery, welded metal, and manufactured munitions. These were demanding and often dangerous jobs, but women faced the challenge with determination and courage.
The influx of women into the workforce was unprecedented. They proved their competence and efficiency, dispelling stereotypes that women couldn't handle physically demanding or technically complex work.
They demonstrated their ability to learn quickly, adapt to new environments, and work effectively under pressure. Their dedication and hard work kept the production lines running. They ensured that the troops had the resources they needed to fight and win.
Their efforts were essential to the Allied war effort, proving that women were not just capable, but indispensable to victory. World War II saw women serving in the US Armed Forces in unprecedented numbers. While they were not allowed in combat roles, they took on essential support positions. This freed up men for fighting on the front lines. Women served with distinction, demonstrating their courage, skill, and patriotism. The Women's Army Corps, or WAC, provided crucial support to the Army. They worked as clerks, drivers, mechanics, and nurses. The Navy's waves, women accepted for volunteer emergency service, filled similar roles. They served as radio operators, electricians, and intelligence analysts.
The Women's Air Force Service Pilots, or WASP, were pioneers in aviation. These skilled pilots flew non-combat missions, transporting aircraft, towing targets, and training male pilots. They faced prejudice and skepticism but proved their ability and bravery, logging millions of miles and making significant contributions to the war effort.
Women in uniform challenged traditional notions of femininity and patriotism. They proved that they could serve their country with the same dedication and courage as men. Their service was critical to the war effort, and they paved the way for future generations of women in the military. Behind the scenes of the battlefields, a secret army of women played a crucial role in Allied victory. These were the Code Girls, thousands of women recruited for their mathematical and linguistic skills. They worked tirelessly to break enemy codes and decipher secret messages. Their work was shrouded in secrecy, but their contributions were essential to the war effort. At top-secret locations like Bletchley Park in England and Arlington Hall in the United States, these women used complex machines and analytical skills to crack German and Japanese codes. They deciphered intercepted messages, providing vital intelligence about enemy movements, strategies, and plans. The work was demanding and required intense concentration. The women worked long hours, often in shifts around the clock, under immense pressure. Their efforts saved countless lives and helped shorten the war. Despite their vital contributions, the work of the Code Girls remained a closely guarded secret for decades after the war. Their stories are a testament to the power of intelligence, the importance of women in STEM fields, and the unsung heroes who work in the shadows to protect their nations. Section 5, Rosie the Riveter and Beyond Icons of Wartime Resilience. Rosie the Riveter became an iconic symbol of women's contributions to the war effort. This fictional character, depicted in posters and songs, represented the millions of women who worked in factories and shipyards. Rosie embodied strength, determination, and the can-do spirit of American women.
Real-life Rosies came from all walks of life. They were mothers, daughters, sisters, and wives who stepped out of their homes and into jobs they never imagined doing. They learned new skills, worked long hours, and faced challenges head-on, all while supporting the troops and keeping the country running.
But Rosie was just one example of the many ways women contributed. There were countless other hidden figures whose stories deserve to be told. Women like Anne Bernatitis, who single-handedly loaded 155mm artillery shells, and Rose Valland, an art historian who helped recover stolen masterpieces looted by the Nazis. These women, both famous and unknown, demonstrated the strength, resilience, and determination of women during wartime. They challenged stereotypes, broke down barriers, and paved the way for future generations. As Section 6 challenging conventions, the social impact of women's war work. World War II had a profound impact on women and their place in society. The war effort challenged traditional gender roles and expectations. Women proved their capabilities in ways never seen before. This led to significant social changes, although progress was gradual and often met with resistance. Working in factories and serving in the military gave women a new sense of independence. They earned their own lives and made decisions about their futures. This experience changed their outlook and their expectations for themselves. However, these changes weren't always welcome. When the war ended, many women faced pressure to return to their traditional roles. Some lost their jobs to returning soldiers. Others struggled to balance work and family life. Despite these challenges, the war had a lasting impact on perceptions of women. It demonstrated that women were capable of much more than previously thought. This paved the way for the women's movement and the fight for equal rights that would gain momentum in the decades to come. Section 7. Recognition and Remembrance. Honoring women's wartime service. The contributions of women during World War II were crucial to Allied victory. However, their service and sacrifices were often overlooked or minimized in the years following the war.
In recent decades, there has been a growing movement to recognize and honor the women who played such a vital role. Memorials, museums, and documentaries have been dedicated to telling the stories of women who served both at home and in uniform. Books and articles have highlighted their bravery, dedication, and the challenges they faced.
Educational programs have been developed to teach younger generations about the contributions of women during the war. These efforts help ensure that their stories are not forgotten and that their sacrifices are remembered. Honoring the women of World War II is not just about remembering the past. It's about recognizing the lasting impact of their service on the present and the future. Their stories continue to inspire and empower new generations to fight for equality, justice, and a better world. Section 8. A lasting legacy shaping future generations. The contributions of women during World War II continue to resonate today. Their wartime experiences had a profound impact on society, paving the way for greater gender equality and changing perceptions of women's roles. Their legacy continues to shape the lives of future generations.
The war demonstrated that women were capable of contributing to society in ways that went far beyond traditional roles. It challenged stereotypes and opened up new opportunities for women in the workforce, in education, and in public life.
The stories of women who served during the war continue to inspire. They remind us of the importance of courage, resilience, and fighting for what is right. They teach us that women are capable of achieving great things when given the opportunity.
Their experiences also serve as a reminder that the fight for equality is ongoing. While significant